went in search for a new name.
No, we're starting all over again. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Paul Fo podcast. Today, I've got an amazing gentleman with us today. His name is Mr. Sam Harvard. First of all, I like his last name. So when I saw his name, I was like, did you go to Harvard? Or your dad went to Harvard? Whatever. But I just like the name. One thing about Sam is that I see
Or we
his
own
ads.
Harvard.
Oh, you own Harvard. I see his ads everywhere. I'm like, yo, who is this guy? This guy must be spending a fortune on ads, man. His ads was always in my face. And when I see people's ads like that, I don't
Wow.
beat them or delete the ads. So I like to know, who is this person? What do they do? And then I found out that one of my friends knows him from that led to another. And then I said, yo, I need you to come and tell your story on the Powerful Podcast. You will inspire somebody. One tool,
Wow.
one tactic or the other may just help or make somebody's life better. So that's why we are here. So, Mr. Sam, first of all, just tell us a little bit about yourself, your journey, and then you go, and then I'll start the questions. But first of all, your last name. How did you get that last name? Harvard. I'm thinking Boston.
It's really an interesting one. So I have this interesting father, not this interesting. I mean, my father was a very interesting man when he was still alive. He gave all his children a surname that is different from his own family name. So we didn't share surname with our cousins and the rest of them. So I now said, okay, I'm going to do just like he did. I'm going to give myself a different name as well from the family name. So, so I was in search of names. I just needed that name that is just going to be unique for branding. That the meaning is going to go really deep. So you won't believe this. I went spiritual. I prayed, and the name Harvard dropped in my head. At first, I discarded it. I mean, like, this is not a name. This is a university, for crying out loud. And then I went in research and found out it's actually a name. And when I searched for the meaning, it stuck. And
What
of
does it
course, I had
mean?
to
I'm
change
just
all
intrigued.
and all of it means army on guard. Army
Wow.
on guard. So it said, occupy till I come, prepare for the coming of the Lord. So it's a name that reminds us that everything we do is in preparation for the coming of the great one. And that's maybe why I have Ziba is coming on my
Wow.
shirt as well. So
I've
that's how the
never
name
known
started
that that's the
some years
meaning.
ago.
Can you imagine?
Yes. Yeah. So that's my
Interesting.
official surname right now. Yes.
Wow. Fantastic. And you're doing a conference right now. You're taking the whole of Nigeria by storm. I saw the videos. I saw the pictures of Port Harcourt and the
Yes.
hall was filled up to the brim. And you're saying
Yes. And
Accra is going to be
Ibadan
like
as well.
wow. Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So,
Yeah.
Sam, let me ask you one
Yeah.
question on behalf of our people. Somebody says, how do I make my first $1 on the internet? Because I always tell people that the moment you make your first $1 on the internet, you are hooked. The guy says, I don't have a US bank account. I only have Nigerian bank accounts. I don't have a product, but I want to start earning in dollars because the Naira is struggling right now. What do
Mm.
I do, Sam? What's the first step I
Wow.
need to take to make my first
Wow.
$100,
Interestingly,
$50, $10?
in, interestingly, there are a lot of ways. There are a lot of ways that you could get that done. All right. Some of them are easy and sharp and fast. Some of them you are limited based on where you live or the country you're from. You can't necessarily access that, especially if you're Nigerian. Too many things are against you already. The fact that you're just from Nigeria or a Nigerian or you're carrying a Nigerian passport,
Passport,
that
yeah.
is already against you. There is a bank account that I operate in the US when I'm currently in Nigeria, and I needed to send money to somebody. So I have a couple of US accounts actually, but there are some that can operate anywhere in the world. But there's this particular one, I cannot operate it from Nigeria except I use a VPN. So I don't have VPN on my Mac, and because it was an emergency payment I needed to do, I just opt in and then type through enter. I want money. I enter trouble. You need to see the number of emails they start sending. Hey, your account just got hacked. oh, somebody is somebody in Nigeria started. I say, it's me. I say, no, because
Mm.
so I went through another form of documentation to just prove to them that it is still me. I'm just
Mm.
in Nigeria. So that's one of the major things you would have to deal with, the fact that you're from Nigeria. But of course, be that as it may, there are still a lot of ways that you can be able to get things done. So what I would recommend, or what I always usually would recommend, is to sell something that belongs to someone else. All right, just be a
Mm.
middleman, yeah, for something that
Mm.
belongs to someone else. Because to sell, most times people need to know you, like you, and trust you. You may not have those three. So you might want to leverage on the knowledge, the likability, and the trust that someone else has built and use that. You mentioned at the beginning that you see my ads a lot. I've not run ads personally since 2021 January, when my Facebook account got hacked. But people run ads with my face, they run ads with my videos, with my content, because I
Mm.
have
Can you
armies
imagine?
of people
So that's what
who
I'm
promote
seeing,
my
thinking that it's
product.
you.
So
Oh, I see.
I don't spend anything on ads. People do all of that. And yes, I give them in some cases 50%, in some cases 40% of whatever it is that they are selling for me. So I just keep creating the product. People know, like me. And when they see my face, they buy into whatever it is that those people are promoting on my behalf. So it's the easiest way that someone could do that. And how do you get to do that? Very simple. You just register to an affiliate program where they have
Mm-hmm.
product that are already selling. And
Mm.
most times they are free to register, all right? And then you can take a simple course on how to promote organically without necessarily spending money. And you could
Mm-hmm.
do that through articles
Mm.
on Quora, Medium.com, and some of these other places. A longer route is to do YouTube. It will take you a bit of time, but all these other blog platforms could easily give you visibility for that particular product you decide to sell. And you can do that in any country of the world, especially if you are out of Nigeria. But if you are in Nigeria, you are limited to a large extent. So if you are a Nigerian who lives in Nigeria and you want to begin to make dollars online, there are
Yeah.
few processes that you would follow. And I will just quickly address your own matter
Mm.
right now. But interestingly, I have a course. It's a boot camp that I'm currently running. And what I'm
Mm.
teaching in that boot camp is how you can make a lot of money in dollars. I think I have one that I used to explain. These are just a few that is left from what I left Dubai with. They have spent almost
Mm.
everything. And one thing I
Mm.
like to do, Paul, is every
Mm.
time I do a physical event, I always reward the first person with dollars. So I've been
Yes,
giving
yes,
out
yes, yes.
all of this. So
It
if
affects
you,
their consciousness. Yes.
yeah,
It affects
so
their
I'm
consciousness.
teaching them. Yeah, so I'm teaching them how to do this exactly
Mm-hmm.
from Nigeria. So, and it's so easy that to make dollars from Nigeria, you don't have to sell to just a US account, a US audience, or US market. You
Yes.
can
Can sell to a
sell to them,
Nigerian audience. The
but
money will come to you in
but you
dollars.
can sell to, yes, you can sell to. It's difficult to sell to Nigerian audience right now because almost all Nigerian cards can't do international payments.
Yes.
There's that terrible limitation. A few of them can still, but majority. So you may have issues if you're trying to do that. But you can sell to Ghanaians, you can sell to Kenyans, you can sell to other African countries whose
Mm.
card can still do international payments, and you receive those monies and it is paid back to you in US dollars. So that way you are giving value to people who understand you if you're a person
Yeah.
of value. If you
Yeah.
don't, if you're not sure of the value you carry, you can carry Paul's materials and sell to Kenyans, and sell to Zimbabweans, and sell to Zambians, South
Mm.
Africans, sell to other African countries. They know him, they like him, he has all the value already. He gives you a commission on what he's selling, and then you get the money remitted to you in pure dollar. Pure one, no. You get it, you withdraw, and you can change on Aboki or Spell, do whatever it is you want to do with it. So that is one way that someone who lives in Nigeria could do that. So, like I said, I'm having a class where I'm teaching people one, how to set up a US business entity, how to have your EIN, everything, open your bank account in the US, and then
Yeah.
you'll be able to
Yeah.
have Stripe as a payments processor to
Get to
collect
it. Yes.
money from all over the world. And then Stripe, you can send that money to your US bank account and link it to your Nigeria DOM account Or you get, like I did, your own dollar card that you can spend anywhere in the world. So that also works for you in that sense. That process costs money. To cost you nothing less than $1,000 to get a very good agent, lawyer, and all of that, where people put all of that together. But if you can't do that, you can leverage on platforms like Ziba, for example, which is still coming. We're still building it. It's not yet out.
Let,
Who
let me
already
just go
have
a
all these structures.
bit deeper on Ziba. What is Ziba about? Because some people will be curious. They will look at it and say, "What is Ziba?" And
Okay,
meanwhile,
so
you have an affiliate
Ziba is
program that is very. Hang on, you have an affiliate program that is very, very good. I've heard testimonials about it.
yes,
People have
yes,
actually moved
yes,
to
yes,
Dubai by selling products on your
yes,
platform. They're living a good life. There are
yes,
young people,
yes,
guys. There are
yes,
young people who have
yes,
jumped on Sam Harvard's affiliate program. They have relocated out of Nigeria to Dubai. They are living
yes.
well. So this guy is legit. Yes, so go ahead there.
Yes. So what we're doing for people is people want to escape the Nigerian life, who
Mm,
want to japa, as it were, and all that. So there are
mm,
two things that they need to overcome. One, before the japa part is the easy part. What you are going to do after you have japa is the most important part.
mm.
So
Yes.
yeah, the first thing is, how do you make money? There are a lot of people that I pay rent for, and I want to stop for some of them because I feel it's irresponsibility. It's really responsible of them, really, to just say because you don't want to live in your country, you do not have value to offer in the country you are going
The
to,
other
and you
country. You
become
just
burdened to other
come.
people. Yes, because of
Mm,
that. So a lot of them just want them to give them job, job, job. It is wrong as far as I'm concerned to travel to a new country and the first thing you're looking for is job. It shouldn't be. You should have other
mm,
means of adding value and getting paid. And then maybe because you have calling for a job, you can go for it. So the first thing we
mm.
fix for you is, how can you earn money from all over the world, regardless of where you live? So the
Yes.
moment you can answer that question, if I can be anywhere, I'm in Nigeria now, and I'm still making money in dollars. Interestingly, I've not checked my Stripe for a while. I checked it last night, and I was shocked. I even thought I wasn't making money because I've not seen some credit alert and all that. Maybe it came, I didn't notice because I got quite a lot of mail, and I saw it. I was shocked. A lot of money has
Mm,
come in dollars while I'm in Nigeria. So I've been able to build that system for myself where I get to earn all over the world, even while I'm sleeping, because I have products that are running over and over. So one of the first things you have to do is to make sure you have built that capacity to earn money, and regardless of where you live. So once that is sorted, then you can migrate to any country. So for the guys you mentioned,
yes.
what we have been able to do for them is, first, they are able to make money. They make money from
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria, they make from Ghana, they make from all parts of Africa with either their product or my product. And they have been able to build that to a level where they are making in millions of naira every day in some cases, every week at worst case scenario. That gave them that strong mind. It gave them that
Yes.
affront to want to relocate. Most of them didn't even plan on relocating. They came on visit and said no. They became a resident within 12 days. All right, so that so so that could
Ah,
be the route that you want to. Now they are snapping pictures in Ferrari, flying helicopters, and having all the beautiful Dubai life and all of that, and paying rents a month. What was double of what they were paying per year in
in a
Nigeria,
yeah.
and they
Yeah.
are not paying yet. What they were paying in a year is what they now pay per month. That is only possible because they have built already capacity to earn money before they move. So to be able
Yeah.
to move, while it is great to plan to move, also build how you are going to make money first. And like I was saying, back to the first question, the easiest way to make money online today is to sell what someone else has proven already, a proven product.
And the name of that
Just
word is called
promote
affiliates.
affiliate marketing. So what you do in affiliate marketing is just find it. Affiliate marketing is more of 70% of research. It's not about selling. If you do your research well, you don't need to sell. You only need to position. I'll repeat that.
Mm,
If you do your research well in affiliate marketing, you don't need to sell, which means you don't need all these persuasion skills. No, no, no. You just need to
mm,
position, because you can easily sell to people who are already looking for what you are
That,
promoting.
so, yeah,
Persuasion
yeah.
comes in when the buyer is not already looking for it. I mean, I can't be thirsty and I need water, and then you now carry what a bottled water. I think I have one here. I say, see, this thing contains H2O. So when you drink this, I will grab it from your hand and start drinking because I'm already thirsty. I already need this. If I'm full and you can now start to do all of those what they call features
Yes,
and
things. Yeah,
benefits kind of stuff.
exactly.
but with proper research, you can go for that warm market. Let me even call it hot market. Who would do anything to get exactly what you are producing? So, learning how to do research is one key strength of an affiliate marketer. So, it's not because I don't know how to sell, like Paul Fo is my master in sales anyway. I'm not Paul Fo. I can't sell like him. I can't do, yes, seriously, everyone. And this is the truth. You can't be a millionaire without the skill of selling. And that's why you
Yeah.
have to attend this class if you are not already there. You have to learn it. And it's a learnable skill. It's just the easiest thing to learn. As a matter of fact, it's the foundational skill to learn. So one of the first skills I
It
learned
is.
as well. So you can do it. So anyone who is thinking I can't do it, you have to. As a matter of fact, it's a by force kind of thing. So when you have that, you have a better leverage. You can sell more because we used to do this percentage pyramid thing and say 3% are odds audience. They are looking for the product so bad. It's more
Yes,
or less
yes,
like
yes.
a man is looking for a woman to marry or sleep with, and it goes to where the prostitute are standing. The prostitute are hot market. They are there just for that purpose. You don't need to convince. You don't need to be able to speak good English. You don't need to look good. You don't need. You just need to have money to pay for their service. They are
Yes.
willing and ready. But if you now go to church and a sister that is singing, "Oh Lord, thank you," you have to position, you have to be able to speak Bible, you have to wear nice suits, you have to do, for
Yeah.
her to even give you audience. And then you get
Yeah.
the audience, you start by let's do Bible study together, oh, let's go for this. Before you even say I like you, maybe 1 year down the line. So you don't rush
Yes.
those ones. So, but of course, those ones stays with you for longer. Those ones bring a lot more benefit to your lives. So most of the times, the audience that really give you the big money, you have to take them through process we call sales funnel anyway.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but there are audience that once they see it, they buy. I used to have a lady that sells a course, and all I add is more or less like this. Hi, everybody. I have this course that will teach you how to boil yam. So the course is 5,000 naira. If you're interested, click below and buy the course. She was making money, but she did not understand the process that she's only able to sell to hot audience through that type of ads. So what I now told her is, this thing you are doing right is good, but let's convert it to a VSL or a webinar presentation. And let's take people through processes before they get to know about YAM and any other thing, and most especially the amount you are charging. So here is what we're going to do. We're going to promise them a certain lead magnet that qualifies the people who wants to buy your course. So let's use that lead magnet to harvest thousands of people, pass them through
Yeah.
this webinar that you really break down everything, and then you see what will happen eventually. I think our sales after she implemented that went up 10 times immediately. It went
Wow.
up 10 times immediately and then grew from there and all of that. And then, of course, she was able to automate the process easily. So sometimes when I'm just selling directly, I'm only able to sell to a few people, but you can start like that. The point I'm making is I'm broke right now. I live in Nigeria. I have a phone and I have internet connection. How can I start to make money? You can start to sell to hot audience by doing a
Audience. Hot
research of a
audience
product.
affiliate
I would
marketing.
advise you sell, yeah, join an affiliate program and sell a money niche product. That is the fastest selling product ever. You can easily sell such a product and then get to make money from that. So it's pretty easy. You just need to find. And if you're looking for one, LAP is one, oh, and let me sell
Yes.
my
Yes. Yes.
product. Our platform teaches you that. You join, yeah, very soon we're going to have the free version, but right now you join with $100. The reason you're joining with $100 is because we're giving you a lot of training that are far more useful beyond affiliate marketing. So we have very, very, very deep digital skills that we're giving to you. And there are so many other things that we're bringing on board from November that you have access to without paying an extra dime. So we will charge you, but there are the ones that will not charge you that you can start with. Pick up different products there and be able to promote. And this is what I tell people who ask me this question directly, and I'm going to say it like this as well. Start with YouTube. Ask your questions on YouTube. What do you really want? I'm looking for how to research the best product to sell on affiliate marketing to Ghana market, to Kenya market. Put those keywords in
Yes.
YouTube, on YouTube or on Google
Yes.
generally. You'll
Yes.
be shocked what you
Yeah.
could find out. Remember, I said if you don't have money to start and you really want to make your first income, the skill you must have is ability to research. And research
Research.
simply
Yeah.
means spending time to going through content, spending time going through
Exactly.
content. So when I started, I used to have this business we're doing, playing the financial markets, oil and gas, real estate, and the likes. And it was really huge business, you know. Unfortunately, something happened. We started losing all our investments. The farm was crashing. So many things happened. You would think it's a spiritual attack. So when all of these things went down, and I went from being a multi-billionaire to having only one car, and you know, we eventually had to sell the car, and I had no car anymore, I had nothing anymore, and all of that. And I needed to push again because I didn't give up. In all of these things, I was still coming online to inspire people to talk, to do stuff. I was still doing all the things I normally would do, and you will never know on my face except I say it.
Then
All
you're
right.
going through a
So I kept
storm.
doing that. Yeah, and that's a word for somebody. It doesn't matter what you're going through, your own situation is still someone's testimony. It's still someone's prayer point. Someone still wished that their own was even just like your own. They will praise God because theirs is worse than yours. So you just have to encourage yourself that it's bad for me right now, but it's worse for someone else. So I had to thank God for it and keep on doing. I don't know why I'm feeling like saying this. Keep on doing the things that you are doing that were getting you results. Because what the devil does is to bring situations that are unpleasant your way to affect
Discourage.
your
Yeah.
your emotion so that you stop the normal things you do. It's the same thing it does when you sin. You commit a sin, you can't pray. You commit a sin, you can't fellowship because it start telling you you are not worthy. God is not hearing you. So you skip prayer day one, you skip prayer day two, then you start growing cold, and you discover instead of you getting revived, you are getting deeper and feeling more worse about
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
The
Yes.
same thing goes with life also. You can't pay rent. Some financial issues are happening. It's way you down emotionally. You cannot do the things you normally do. Said, why do I need to do this? I mean, what's the use of it if I can't raise this, if I can't do that? So you have to go beyond and never stop. Just keep it. You know that this is the process. This is all I need to do to make money. For me, I need to keep building a list. I need to keep generating lead. That's why my heart will never stop. If I stop generating lead, I will go broke too. Yeah, well, maybe not easily, Sha. Maybe not easily, Sha. But I will tend towards being broke very fast. So I have to keep generating leads. I have to keep generating lead. I was teaching the people in my boot camp that all of them can make a minimum of $50,000 per month selling a product I was going to teach them how to sell to African country audience. We identified 27 African countries. And at the end of the day, Pofo, we were able to get roughly about 25 million possible markets for what we want to sell. And for one person to generate $300,000 every month for the next 10 years, that person will only need to sell to 36,000 people out of 25 million possible markets. You can see how
Can
tiny
you imagine?
the audience that will bring you a lot of money is to the general.
Is
So you can't run into saturation. There is so much you can still do. So get back out there. Your market is not saturated. You just need to expand your reach. Your
come on,
market is
man.
not
Come on,
saturated. You
man.
just need to expand you're rich. So rich, fresh people with fresh ideas, you will be shocked that even that product you thought everybody in the world has bought, how many people has bought your product? You've gotten only 20,000 sales. You think
Mm.
your product is saturated in Nigeria. There is at least 20 million Nigerians that are perfectly within the range of the type of business we do. Digital products, selling trainings, and what have you. At least 20 million
Yes,
Nigerians are
yes.
well feast into that particular product. So I've sold only 20,000 and I'm running and nobody else is buying. Then I now thought, this thing is saturated. Let's move to the next thing. No, you have only scratched the
Mm.
surface. It's only your strategy you need to change. You'll be shocked. You can do 200,000 more. So my own daily activity is to keep getting leads. Keep getting leads. Keep giving people free
I like.
things. Get more leads. Give them
I
free
really
things.
really like that. Hmm.
So the
So
more
that
I
means
can keep
people
this up,
that
I won't be broke.
yeah, good. So that
I won't
means
be broke.
business owners that don't take the building of their list seriously,
Hmm?
they are going to be in trouble,
They will run off. Now,
right?
why do MTN still do billboards? Why? Why do Coca-Cola still do adverts? We were doing a research during the boot camp,
Mm.
and we found out Coca-Cola last year, 2021, spent about $29 billion on marketing and campaign. One company.
Can you
One
imagine?
company. And a little guy will produce one very sugary drink somewhere and say he wants to compete with Coca-Cola. Your own
Yes,
10-year income goal is their own advertising budget for
advertise
one
gold.
month. So they understand that. And to make it more interesting, let me shock you, sir. Apple spends 21 billion in 2020, I think, on research and development. Research
Can
and
you imagine?
development. See, two things now. I say research, if done well, you spend less in marketing. But in a place where you can't do enough research, you
Mm.
spend more in marketing. But either way, you
Mm.
still will spend in marketing or in research. But Apple combined both. They did a lot of research, so they understood how to sell.
So
They
that
understand their
competence is
audience, understand
very,
what.
very powerful.
So those two things, very importantly. So the point I'm making is situations you don't like will come, but please don't stop the basic things that brings you money. It might
Mm.
be difficult. You might not have the motivation to do it. Doesn't matter. Just do it anyway. Just go live. If going
Hmm.
live is the process that brings you money, just go live. I like how you go live every day. It's not every day that is convenient for you. There are days you are unhappy, there are days you are just there, but you still go live. Hi, everybody, this is Paul. Let's go. You still do your thing every day. That's the key. So if you don't stop, you will get out of that negative occurrence or that negative situation,
Yeah.
and eventually things are going to get better and all of that because you do not. So I did not stop and I continued. So I knew when I wanted to get started again after I lost that business in 2018, I needed to do research. This is what I did, Pofo. Every day I spend minimum 5 hours on YouTube.
Che!
Minimum hours on YouTube. I was not watching comedy shows. I was not watching movies or any of these things. I was watching biographies, documentaries of people who have done things similar to what I'm trying to do.
To
People who are
do.
making it very well right now online. All right, what business are they doing? What exactly are the things they are doing? So I understood the
Can you
process
tell us a
so
few?
much.
Can you tell us one or two that shifted your mentality? Because I like
Okay,
some
so
tacticality in this podcast. Yeah.
personally, before then, I used to be a traditional physical businessman. I mean, I go hardcore. I'm not an online person before now. I'm
Mm.
just there because I like to be. If they say this thing is in vogue, when they say TikTok, something is TikTok. I found out the TikTok app. I downloaded it and I registered an account. I left it. I didn't even
Mm.
remember the login details. So if they are searching
Mm.
for me, I'm also on TikTok. When Instagram came that time too, I opened it. I put one photo of the curtain in my one bedroom. I mean, let's say one bedroom. Only the second, then I put the photo there. So if they are saying, "Are you on
Wow.
Insta?" I say yes. me too, I'm there. So I just like to, when LinkedIn, I opened it, I put it there. So they say NFT too. I don't know it all, but I just want to, that's my kind of person. I don't want to let them be
I like
talking
that. I
and
like
say,
that.
so
I
what
like
is
that.
your this account? I'm not saying, I don't know. I will open it too. Let's say just be there. We'll be finding out in the future the use for it. All right.
Mm.
So I used to be that hardcore kind of guy. I wasn't really the online thing. So when my hardcore business had issues, I felt like I think I need to move online. I actually, this was what this is the foundation of what happened for me. I sat down that day and I was thinking about what is the next thing I needed to do. This was my third business on a row after the mega business crash that also crashed, because
Mm.
the main business crash. I tried three other businesses, and in
Hi.
succession within a month to 2 months,
This
all
guy
of
is a
them
fighter.
started.
I
They,
like. I
they
like
just
this
caught
guy.
fire. So after they caught fire, I said, no, I need to change. I can't continue with this. What else can I do? So I started to think about what I've been able to do before. I remember there's a friend who had a training company, and they were doing 350,000 naira per month before they brought me in as the marketing manager for that particular stuff. I worked with them the first month. Their revenue grew from 300 to 900,000. And then we created a better structure around the business. And then in 5 months, they
Mm.
had moved from that 350,000 to 5 million a month before I left them.
Wow.
So that didn't look big at that time, but that was 15 times growth in 5 months. Hello. Another
Mm.
friend of mine also wanted to start a business that helps people buy things in bulk so that they can get discounts and a best price for those things. All right. And he wanted to automate it and all of that. And I did the sales strategy for him and all that. And the day they launched, they made 23 million on day one of business. Within 10 months, they had crossed
Wow.
over 120 million revenue. And I built the entire marketing strategy. All right. So I started remembering all of this and I said, come, mobile, I said I go for this marketing thing. No. So, and there are a lot of businesses that can
Mm.
actually give one insight or the other, and then they'll be able to. So I said, let's take this thing online. So what do I need to do? I bought a new suit, a purple color, so that I can catch attention. I got a purple suit.
Mm.
I told a friend to bring a camera to be recording me, and she said the only thing I
Mm.
need to do is buy her amala. Once I can buy her amala, she will come and record me with her camera. So we started doing those videos. I was posting it on the Instagram I opened. I wasn't doing with anything. Somehow I had 1,000 plus
Mm.
followers. People who knew me in schools, those days we used to do prophet and healing. They were the ones who followed me. I say, Pastor Sam is also on Instagram, so they followed. So I had like 1,000 followers. So I started with those people. Now, during my research, now here is the big deal. I found some
Mm.
guys. The first guy I found was Dan Locke. The second guy I found was Richard Bronson. Not Richard, Russell Bronson, sorry. I found Russell
Russell
Bronson. I
Brunson.
found Ty Lopez. Yeah, I found a couple of other ones like that before I saw this 10x guy, Grant Cardone and co. So
Grant
I started
Cardone, yeah.
following those guys. I went as far back as I could to find out how they started, what they were doing. And these people call amazing figures in dollars. So this thing used to sweet me. So I
Yes.
started finding out what are they doing. That was how I understood how they do webinar, how they do lead magnets. So I was understanding the language as well. Oh, this is what they call
Growth
this is what
mindset.
they call that. Then I was now mixing it with my own natural gift of marketing that is
Mm-hmm.
solid on ground with their own
That's
online stuff.
offline. Yeah.
And I started combining
Fantastic.
those two things
That's
and all of that.
powerful.
And
Powerful.
of course, I started building stuff. I registered on ClickFunnels. I built my first funnel. It was very beautiful and all that. Even though I went on YouTube to find different videos on how to build funnels, I was doing exactly what they were doing. I was doing exactly what they were doing. And eventually, that my same funnel building skill on ClickFunnels I did for somebody in 2019 paid me 4.7 million naira for one funnel. All right.
Wow.
So, and I started seeing the benefit in it. And what really pushed me to the online space um, when I started was one of my boys back in school who wanted to do digital marketing solution for a friend who was into Forex. And he said he will not charge the guy to do that digital marketing thing for him because of me. So he's going to give him the most ridiculously cheap price. And we were thinking this guy would charge 50,000 naira per month. or 50,000 naira for the whole thing and all that. We're looking at between 50 to 100K max. And this guy came back. He said he's not charging. Oh. Guess how much he said he wants to collect? 1.5
How
million
much?
for not charging. 1.5. Ah, I said, come. If you can charge, don't call. How much would you now take? So I said, what do you call this thing again? I said, digital marketing. Although it was that same day I went on YouTube. What is digital marketing? So there's money in this thing. So I started to research. Then I understood it, and then I started to learn from different people and all that. And that's what led to the journey. Interestingly, this is the first time I'm going to say this publicly. Lenoflix is not the first affiliate program I built. The first one we built was called Damiob. That was the name. It was purely affiliate marketing stuff. It didn't do well for two reasons. Number one, the person that developed the site did a terrible job. He did a very terrible job. So the user experience was too poor. My marketing got people to register. At least we got about 200 members to pay for the training and all of that. But that was nothing compared to LAP right now has over 120,000. 120,000 members on our database, and we're going to 1 million powerful in the next 1 year. So it's massive what we're doing. So yes, you might fail at first, but keep researching, keep learning. So I kept watching 5 hours of video. I documented it then every day, minimum.
I like this
way
guy.
more. I don't get a job now. So what else will I do? And I have data. So I just kept watching and documenting. So when I talk, you can wake me up and give me any topic in my area, and I will give you a full book about that particular topic, because I've eaten so many. I don't read physical books. I have them. It's only for background decoration in my house. I'm not really a physical book person. But tell me videos or audio something, and I can consume hours. I can consume days of those, and it sticks to me easily. So that's, maybe some of you don't like to read. Maybe you should try audiobook, or maybe you should try video stuff and all of that. So in a nutshell, to start online to make money, be able to do research. Number one, research. Then your marketing game must come up. If you can't do a lot of marketing, your research will cover for you. Yeah, your research will cover
But I
for
want to
you.
add.
So
I
when you
want
do
to add
research,
the D word there. I want to even add the D word, which is the discipline, because you had a lot of self-discipline to sit yourself down for 5 hours to do the research, and then in the marketing, there
I
I saw
knew
a
where
lot
I
of
was coming from.
implementation. So you took action a lot.
I know where I'm coming from. I've tasted money. I don't want to go back to poverty. So the motivation was like, you gotta make this work. You gotta make this. I talked to some people today and say, this is difficult for me. I say, you are comfortable. That's why. Forget it. You are comfortable. If life has shown you, you would understand. You would understand. You will go and get this thing. So that's the process. So once you can do a lot of research and your marketing game, so it's easy. So that's what I would advise. So research will show you what platform to register on. But please, when you're doing research, it is always going to be a wheat and weed situation. It is always going to be a wheat and weed situation. I need to warn you. In the Bible, sorry, I'm a Bible man. There's this parable, is it parable or story? I think it's a parable that Jesus was telling about a particular husbandman, which is a farmer, a rich farmer, planted wheat in his field. And then while they slept, he said the enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat. So when they woke up, weed started to grow amongst the wheat. And the servant came to the man and said, see weed amongst your wheat. Should we start uprooting them? Say, no, they look alike. If you start uprooting them, you're going to damage the wheat. So allow them to grow. When they mature and it's time to bear fruit, wheat will produce fruit, weed will not. Then you find the distinction, and during harvest, you'll be able to take the wheat out. So in most wheat, there will always be weed, which means there are going to be scam information, there are going to be wrong information, there are going to be people who just lie. in their research, in their content, just because they want attention. You have to be able to check those things. So these are one of the two things I do. I check the most relevant video on any keyword, and then I check the comments before I even watch the video. So from the comments, I would know if I'm about to waste 10 minutes or 30 minutes of my life, or if this was worth watching. So the time I check some of the comments that I did, I said this video is a total waste of time, I will just jump to the next one. But I say this is the best video ever. I will balance well, carry my iPad or notebook, and I'll be ready to learn. So that saves me a lot of time in my research on YouTube for different content on different areas that I'm trying to learn something on. So you could do that as well. So you know that you can watch a 3-hour video and the important content there for you might not be more than 15 minutes. So you must be prepared for that. So these are some of the things that I know would help anyone that wants to go online and all that. That was how I started anyway, and I will always recommend it for anyone right now. But there is always a shorter way. And the shorter way is tied to this story that I'm just going to tell, a very funny story about a man who said he could walk on water. And then one day gathered everybody in the village that was going to walk on water, including the king. And then they gathered at the stream, and then he started to do what he said he would do, put his leg into the water. He was floating instead of drowning. Everybody was aghast, like, hey, how is he doing it? And he came out on the other side of the stream, and then they all rushed to him, like, teach us, want to walk on water too. Say, I didn't have any ability to walk on water. I only placed my leg where the stones are inside the stream. So he said, anyone can walk on water if you know where the stones are. So for every stream of life, every stream of life, there are stones inside. So if you sabi where the stones are and you are standing on the stone, to everybody else, you will look like a magician walking on water. But you sabi the stone, and the stones are always with the people who are doing what you want to do already. So pay them to improve your ability to make money. That's where I'm going to stop. Pay them to improve your own ability to earn. If I make ₦1,000,000 today, I should not say I have ₦1,000,000. I should set aside 50% of that to pay Paul Fo, who is making 10 million already, to say, Fofo, please take this 500,000. Mentor me. How are you making 10 million? So with that, my mate who earn 1 million with me will remain at 1 million income level. But me who paid 500,000 to improve my ability from 1 million to anything between 1 million and 10 million, I may end up after learning from Pofo at 3 million. I don't have to go to 10 million immediately, but I'm now at 3 million. My mates are still at 1 million. I can now pay someone else, maybe 2 million out of that 3 million, 1.5 out of that 2 million, out of that 3 million to learn how to move higher. So those who pay to improve their ability to earn will never go broke. Our problem is when we start making money, we have arrived. And all the money you are making is what some people used to feed their dogs. So why don't you pay them all of that and improve yourself? So pay, don't just go for free alone. Pay.
This has been a fascinating conversation. Man, this is a masterclass. Thank you so much, Mr. Sam. So where do people follow you for more information about your stuff? You're on Instagram,
I
so I'm
have
going
a
to put that
YouTube.
in the show notes. And you have a YouTube
Yes. I
channel,
have
and then I'm going to
Instagram,
put
Instagram. We have YouTube channel.
the name of your affiliate business there. Those anybody who's interested
Yes, that's
can
LAP.
click on that
LAP.
link.
Yes, that's
LAP, yeah.
LAP.
So I'll
Lenoflex. Lenoflex
put that
affiliate
in
program.
there. And my goodness, this is so. Let me stop the recording now so that we can just adjust. So Sam, one more. If I stop the recording now, if there's anybody else in your circle of influence that you say, Paul, you need to interview this guy or this lady, who would that person be? And will you make that introduction for me?
Yes. I think one of my is he calls me father now. It's one of my children. He's doing pretty fine. That will be Kenny. He's based in Dubai now, and he's also coming to Lagos for the event in Lagos and Dubai as well. What he has been able to do effectively that I love him for is picking people who don't even earn anything and turning them to millionaires within a few weeks. So he has this framework that they can easily follow. And he has used it to help teachers who are struggling to earn 8,000 naira per month to now generate up to 1 million to 3 million, some of them doing online businesses. So he picked their natural skills, refines it, and show them how to sell those same skills to the right audience. And those audience appreciate those skills, and then those people are able to make good money. So it is a guy that I believe is going to give that fantastic something. Yes.
Wow. Guys, share this episode with everywhere, even your enemies, so that their lives will be better. Thank you very much.